Senator Hyde-Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you so much for being here today and your willingness to serve. And I'm really glad that Stevie is here today. We don't get very many little girls in here. So glad that you're here today, Stevie. You know, in Mississippi, we call ourselves the wood basket of the nation, and you and I had a really good visit about that. But we play a critical role in the U.S. timber supply. We're uniquely positioned just to meet the growing demands of the timber needs here in the wood products, but we also ship them through our ports. Our port at the Gulf of America and down on the Mississippi River as well. But even in challenging times, public and private forests in Mississippi have been at the forefront of common sense forest management that helped keep us healthy, working, and productive. In the next Farm Bill, and through the Fix Our Forest Acts, which are currently being considered by the committee, we hope to create more opportunities to support this industry that's very critical to my state and to improve the essential tools that we need at the Forest Service to increase the pace and scale of active forest management in Mississippi and across the country. If confirmed, how do you plan to approach the management within the agency, especially when it comes to streamlining projects and the approvals of that, coordinating with state and local partners, and making sure decisions keep on-the-ground realities in mind?
Senator Hyde-Smith, one of the things that I intend to do is learn more about Mississippi and how you've accomplished the things you've accomplished, because some of the projects that you've been involved in Mississippi and some of the things that are going on in the forests in Mississippi are truly revolutionary and should be applied throughout the country. And I appreciate your example as a state. But really, I think what it comes down to is we have large tasks ahead of us with the Forest Service in all the areas you mentioned. And we need coordination with other entities, both state agencies, but also user groups and other organizations that want to put skin in the game and be helpful. And I think that, that can be a really, really good thing as we have not all the resources that we need. But one thing we need is help from senators and representatives. And you pointed out that we have a need for streamlining what we do. And there's some things that we probably can't streamline without streamlining some of our acts of Congress that might need a little tweaking so that they work appropriately, both for protection of the environment, because one of the things that's important to us is long-term health of the forests and sustainability of their usability for the people. That's important, but also being able to get the right things done at the right time on the ground. And a good example of that would be after a fire, it's really important to use that timber now rather than wait and try and sell it in 3 or 4 years when it has no value. And there's some things you could do to help us with that.
And we'll be glad to do it. In Mississippi, it's called hard work. Our successes are because of hard work and some really good programs with people willing to invest and people willing to commit. But, we've been working on one particular issue for decades now, and I had the opportunity to mention that to you, namely developing the area around Lake Okissa in Franklin County, Mississippi. It's in the Homochitto National Forest. It's in southwest Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Beautiful area, so much potential, 1,100-acre pristine lake down there. And it was built in the 1990s is when it was built. But you can fish all day long by yourself almost, and you can ski by yourself. We've got to develop something to capitalize on the potential around that area. In the 2018 Farm Bill, we worked really hard to include a provision that transferred 150 acres of the Homochitto National Forest land to support economic development. And we're beginning to see that pay off significantly since that's signed into law. And we're very excited about that project. Some really good announcements just lately on that. But the goal of this effort is to enable smart, locally driven development that complements the natural resources and increases public access that you have mentioned, and I look forward to continuing working with this committee in supporting economic development in this very, very rural area of Mississippi. 2 small towns, one of them has a red light, the other one doesn't. But Mr. Boren, please share how you view this kind of targeted land transfer for economic development and what kind of support the Forest Service could provide to ensure the success of this project, and both for the community and maintaining stewardship of the surrounding Homachita National Forest lands.
Thank you for the opportunity to address that, Senator. I have to correct you from my personal point of view, though, which is I don't want to fish by myself when I've got 9 grandkids that like to fish. So it's nice to have some friends, even if you have to create them. But in terms of your project at Lake Okissa, I think it's brilliant. I think it's replicable. I think it's the kind of thing that we need to try to do throughout our forests to increase access and use of the forests. I don't know that we would have to do it just the way you did it, but the idea is really important to get people opportunities to benefit from the use of the forests. And I look forward to, I mentioned to your staff that I would love to learn more about that project, and I mean it. I look forward to coming to your office and meeting with them and learning how we can replicate that elsewhere.
I'd love for you to come to Mississippi, and I'll take you to Lake Okissa.
Well, as long as I don't have to land at what did you call it, the Brookdale Triangle? Because that's a scary place from what I hear. I'm happy to come.
We'll leave that right there. Thank you.